Hi, everybody, and welcome to the CSU Basketball Insider. I'm your host, Mike Cairns, and I know you know who this guy is. He's your head coach at Cleveland State Basketball, Gary Waters. And, Coach, we're coming from the main classroom here on campus. We're going to be kind of moving around in this show, which is going to kind of give you a great look here at Cleveland State. Behind us is the new Student Center that is going up. It'll be ready by March of 2010. And I know you've already been busy. Speaking of busy, the recruiting period is coming to an end, and you've been all over the place.
Oh, I mean, from one city to one state and even to another country. So when you do all those things, you're really traveling.
All right, before we can move ahead in the show, we're going to take a step back and look at one of the greatest seasons in Vikings basketball history.
The season started with a win at home against Oakland, and then they lost the next two games against the University of Washington and Kansas State. After 3 straight wins, they faced their arch-rival Butler for the first time of the season.
Hahn for the win! He got it! He stuck it at the buzzer for the Butler win!
3 games later, the Vikings walked into the Carrier Dome to face the nationally ranked Syracuse Orange. They were looking for a spark to ignite the season. Syracuse struggled controlling Jonathan as he scored a team-high 18 points. The Vikings defense kept it close, but the Orange fought back.
And we just didn't, again, one of those games where teams come back on you.
Tie game with 2.2 seconds to go, no timeouts.
It seemed as if the Vikings were going to lose the game.
Inbound Jackson, half-court shot at the buzzer. He got it! He got it! Jackson at the buzzer! He got it! The Vikings win!
The team rattled off 3 straight wins, beating their opponents by 25-plus points per game on the way to creating a 10-4 record. Just as team chemistry was creating wins, the catalyst of the team's offense, DeAndre Brown, began to feel some pain in his ribs.
I actually think I fractured the rib maybe a week or maybe 2 before that, and I was battling through it.
The pain of the rib fracture became too much for DeAndre.
I don't even remember getting hit or falling or anything, and I just felt a sharp pain, and it was too much to take, and that was it.
For 9 games, DeAndre sat on the sidelines as the Vikings learned to play without him.
I thought Cedric Jackson started coming back tonight.
The team realized in order to win, they all needed to contribute. During the stretch without DeAndre, the Vikings had 5 wins and 4 losses. On February 5th, DeAndre returned to play against the University of Illinois Chicago.
Coming back, it felt great. I don't think coach expected to play me as much as he did that game.
Victories against UIC.
Game over! Cleveland State wins!
Loyola.
Zeros on the scoreboard, game over. Cleveland State, a winner.
Green Bay.
2 seconds, 1 3-pointer up, no good, game over.
And Youngstown State.
7 seconds, dribbles in, one-handed shot, missed it. Rebound, Tandy taps it to Brown. Up to Jackson, he's gone, nobody will catch him. To the basket.
After a win at Valparaiso, the team faced Butler with confidence. The last regular season game seemed like the perfect time to avenge the heartbreaking loss they suffered the first time they played Butler. However,
he misses. There's the one-arm heave, and it comes up way short.
the team didn't give up hope and looked toward the Horizon League tournament for payback. The Horizon League tournament began with the hope that DeAndre Brown could play a key part in winning a championship, but he never finished the first game.
I tried to shoot and fell down. The guy was right there, and he just landed dead, all his weight on my knee.
The Vikings beat Detroit.
Final score, Cleveland State 56.
Then beat the UIC Flames for the third time of the season. Then they faced Green Bay in the semifinals.
Missed it, and George Tanner.
To create the rematch everyone was hoping for. Like deja vu, the game was beginning to feel like the previous 2 losses.
4 seconds, shoots the 3, he missed it, rebound loose, game over, Vikings have won!
As soon as it sounded, we ran straight to our bench, and then we just rejoiced, and that was the best moment ever because we've been through so much, and we felt like we deserved this win.
It was the first round of the NCAA tournament, and the CSU Vikings would play the last game of the day in Miami. To the shock of the nation, the number 13 seeded Vikings knocked out the number 4 seed with a dominating 84-69 final score.
I'm just a tool in this process. It's more so the players, that there's something they can remember for the rest of their lives, that they were a part of history. I wish I'd have brought my gold book so you could have seen it, and at the bottom of that it says to be remembered in history.
Choose your college in one easy step. Visit Cleveland State University. New buildings everywhere. Student center, residence halls, classrooms. 85 acres of brain space. Leading edge research on cancer and wind power. Real world connections to the city's professionals. Plus NCAA sports, concerts, clubs. Come see everything you can be here. Cleveland State University. Engage. Schedule your CSU visit. Text keyword CSU to 313131 to get 2 free men's basketball tickets. Standard messaging rates apply.
Jackson, half-court shot at the buzzer. Got it! He got it! He got it! Jackson at the buzzer. He missed it. Rebound loose. Game over. Vikings have won.
Dancing! Let's go dancing, baby!
Cleveland State is going to the disco. Wake Forest is stunned. Yes. The final score, Cleveland State 84, Wake Forest 69. It's not midnight yet. Literally and figuratively in Cleveland, the Vikings have won. Yes.
And welcome back to the CSU Basketball Insider. It's October, and it's already basketball here at Cleveland State. 2 weeks until the first practice. 6 weeks from this week is game number 1, Coach. Are you ready to go?
I don't know, but it's going to hit us before we know it.
Let's take a look in this segment at some impact players, some returning players, because there are a lot of good faces coming back, and I know a lot of people that you're familiar with. Let's start with our 2 captains. And first of all, I can't call him a super sophomore from Dayton anymore because now he's a junior, Norris Cole.
Oh, yeah, Norris, and actually Norris had a great summer. Norris went overseas, played basketball overseas for Athletes in Action. I think he worked hard throughout the summer, and he even went to school. So when you do all those things in one summer, you're bettering yourself.
He really started developing those leadership qualities as early as his freshman year when he was put into action.
And we've even taken it a step further. He and DeAndre Brown, what we're going to do is we're going to work with him throughout the year, and we started that this summer. We had a class teaching them how to be leaders.
Yeah, and it's nice to have DeAndre back and healthy and ready to go.
Oh, boy, you don't know how excited I am about that because you need that extra, and he brings that extra.
Yeah, one of the best defensive players in the Horizon League, and certainly we talked a lot about it on the show last year when he was gone, and your team played some of its best basketball with him out at a key time during the season.
Well, that wouldn't have happened if he hadn't went out early.
Right.
And he went out early, we learned to adjust, and then when it happened the second time, we were able to move forward.
All right, outside shooting coaches really worked on building this program and getting some big-time outside shooting. We talked about the kid from California, and I think he's in for a big year this year, Trey Harmon.
Oh, Trey, and this is going to be, I think, a very, very good year for Trey because I think Trey now understands what the game's all about. He needed that year because he had been out a year. Now he's back into it again.
And a guy who really splashed onto the scene in his hometown. You saw the game here on Sports Time Ohio.